Alright, Shalom. Before I start, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakurash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the like Akim Wa'akwa, learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. Another video through the Spirit. Hey, I got this old school clip here, right? Dealing with some Israelites. And, it's one of them debates, right? Jerry Springer and it was titled here, ISUPK. We're actually going to see some faces you should recognize and some names. If you've been around for a minute, you've heard the apostles mention, certain of the men's names of old One West, who, they were the heads, they were men of renown, but come to find out, they were wicked and did many things. All right, and some of them had their hands, in putting out the apostles because they didn't want to accept the the fact that Cornelius was Israelite. And now, upon all of a sudden, these decades later, it gets preached and nobody says anything or apologizes. But nevertheless, the point of this video, y'all, if you're still in that 1990s Israelite spirit, then you haven't evolved. And when you look at certain camps today, you can see it. That whole, hey, look, we don't have to get on TV and debate anybody. We're not walking around. Hey, look, when we get in the kingdom of heaven, that's when we're going to be able to dress like a full-blown Israelite. A garment down to the foot, 24/7. If you want to walk around with fucking pieces of armor on, all right, why not? Even though we're not going to need it because we're not going to be under the threat of death. But if you want to walk around shiny and magnificent, cool, right? But in this world, in today's time, if you're still rolling around in that spirit, then you have not spiritually evolved. All right, you can know a man by his look, and if a nigga looks like he's still stuck in the 90s, then most likely his spirit is. And you look at a lot of these camps, they are spiritually still stuck in the days past, which is why they're still running into the issues of the days past: adultery, niggas money laundering. When you look at the collapse of One West, when the apostles give the recounting, some of the same things that were happening at One West, which led to its downfall, are some of the same things that you're seeing in some of these other camps. And they, rather than learning their lesson, chose to walk in the same stead. So let's let some of this play and see why our apostles have changed over these decades, and the leadership that's ran here is different, and it's different for our own benefit.
Hi, welcome to the show. When you hear the word supremacist, images of hooded figures and cross burnings come to mind. But today we're going to introduce you to a group you may never have heard about. They call themselves the Black Israelites. Please welcome High Priest Shar, Kakam, Shaba, and Tazadakia.
What the hell? I'm sorry, y'all. I got a phone call. But that's, as he was known, High Priest Shar, which you should have heard of him and some of the things he was doing back in the day.
Welcome to the show. I'll start with any of you. Why do you believe, what is your basic belief?
According to the Bible, the real Jews.
So I'm going to start by saying this. Some of the things that they're going to say are true and they're correct on. You have the phrase, broken clock is correct twice a day, right? Certain things, they're saying that we're the Israelites, right? They were, getting on the heathen. Y'all going into captivity. But then the rest of the certain other things, their demeanor, their rebuttals, their lack of, how could I say, restraint in certain situations, you can see why we had to evolve from this type of style, y'all. Now, at least over here in Great Millstone, the focus is edification. Matter of fact, I'm sorry, y'all. Let me start with this. We're not out there to look flashy. We know we're not doing things to attract numbers. We're not here to lure in families and do marriages and have big wedding feasts. This is for sincerity. All right, the focus is that for the edification of the flock, the elect, so that they can know what they need to know for salvation. Bare bones. Everything else is extracurricular activity that is not needed. This is not a soup kitchen. This is not a blackpeoplemeet.com and latinopeoplemeet.com. Everything we do is for the edification, which gets lost in translation when you are focusing on the flashiness of things. 1 Corinthians 14. Oh, not this one. I'm sorry. Verse 1. I'm sorry. 1 Corinthians. Sorry. It's right here in this chapter. Y'all know me, man. I do this all the time. There we go. 1 Corinthians 14 and 26. How's it then, brethren? When ye come together, every one of you hath a psalm, hath the doctrine, hath the tongue, hath the revelation, hath an interpretation. Let all things be done unto edifying. Right? And now, this verse in particular is dealing with, when certain men would come together, you had certain men who could speak certain languages, you had certain men trying to be deep, certain men. Keep it simple. This is about the edification. We're not trying to prove who's better than who. We're not trying to, this ain't a contest. This is about preaching the word to the sincere sheep, sincerely and truthfully, with no interior motives, or ulterior motive, I should say. And when you look at this, you can see on their spirits, y'all. Hey, we had to come out of this type of mentality. Armed races, you can't even talk. All you do is curse everybody out. Let's go.
What is your basic belief?
According to the Bible, the real Jews are black. The so-called Negroes in America are the real Jews, according to the Bible.
Okay. And you believe you are superior to whites?
We know we are superior. We're the chosen people of God, the Hebrew Israelites. And that's according to the Bible.
Hold it. I want to add to that, too. You said believe. We believe because we got documented facts, mister. When you start with the Bible.
Okay.
That's our foundation.
Okay.
Yes.
Lots of religions use that Bible.
We're not
they
in the
reach
religion.
different
We're not in the religion. You didn't ask us, right? Did you ask us what we was into? We're into heritage.
So right here, they're not saying nothing wrong currently. All right.
Our forefathers are Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And the nation that came of them is the nation of Israel, the chosen people of the Lord.
Okay. What do you think about whites?
I beg your pardon?
What do you think about whites?
You're Edomites. You're the brother of your forefather. Esau is the brother of Jacob.
Let me read you some quotes, and you can tell me if these are accurate, okay? This was in Time magazine on June 21st of 93. We're going to be beating the hell out of you white people. We're going to take your little children and dash them against the stones.
Let me answer that.
Now, keep in mind, y'all, this is before the time of YouTube, and they were able to get quotes like that. This is another reason why we're no longer in that, 90s spirit of running on the television to debate and do interviews. Because ultimately their mission is to demonize us. That's why to this day, they're not going to sit down and have an honest interview with any of us to where we're speaking calmly and plainly, not throwing slanders at us. They're not going to ever do that. The objective is to crucify us in the eyes of the world, to make us look bugged out and, like we're a joke. Therefore, wisely, what did the apostles do? They stopped going on that bullshit. The apostles been on some of these things back in the day. I'd have to dig. I know I have it saved. Elder Apostle Tahar was on one of them things. Back in the day, they used to run down on the churches. And as we've learned, these things are no longer needful. All we have to do now is go out and preach and get on the internet and publish it. And this word goes out uncontested. We no longer have to do this right here. All right. So you got certain Jake that still love the limelight. That's how you know it's for vain glory. You should have learned your lesson from incidences like this. If you go watch this whole thing, all it was is big 40 minutes of just people shouting at each other. Literally.
Okay, let me say
accurate?
This. Let me say this. That's
and there go that motherfucker right there, Tazadakia, that demon who became the comforter. And that's another thing with this, y'all. A lot of the people who decades ago were on these television shows, you know, right here is Jerry Springer. What was that other Edomite, man? Damn, I forget that fucker's name. The other guy with glasses. I believe, you know, these type of talk show host shows, right? A lot of them Israelites who ran and was ready to talk shit on there, them dudes is gone now. They supposed to be elders and leaders of, man, a lot of these dudes is gone and have a history of doing evil. You know, some of the guys sitting up here in this panel, the apostles told us all about them. Guys like Shar. And then this guy right here, this guy's a well-known demon, the Comfy. So many of them who happen to be on there were not right, which is why the apostles, like I said earlier, you know, learning from all this, they've encouraged us to stay away from this bullshit. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, make sure that this word goes out. We don't have to try to extra force it. Let me get that. Let's go to Psalms. I'm sorry, y'all. I know I'm interrupting early. But I want to establish Psalms 19:1. To the chief musician, a psalm of David. The heavens declare the glory of the power, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Right. We put these words up on the internet, and it is in circulation around the world 24/7. I could read more of this, but I'm not going to. I just wanted to show the fact that, y'all, we don't have to run to No Jumper podcasts. We don't have to run to Sodnetter, right? Al-Azhar and IUSPK and the dudes. We don't have to run to these fuckers who already hate us. All we do is put our work up on the internet, and it gets declared, it gets shown, it gets seen, and it will be seen by the elect one way or another, predestined. We don't have to run to anybody to get our word out. We don't have to run to news publications. All they're going to do is make us look crazy.
Let me say this. That's accurate, because when you read the book of Psalms, the 137th chapter, David, listen, let me finish my answer. David, the prophet David, was praying to the Most High God, and he was praying to dash the little children against the stone against Israel's enemies. And we are the nation of Israel. I noticed everybody laughed when the brother said that we're the chosen people. But what America is teaching, that everybody is God's people. So when a bunch of black men come up on the stage and tell you that we're the chosen people of God, why does the white people in the audience laugh?
Okay.
Because you're the devil that the Bible speaks of. That's why.
Right.
Okay.
Jerry, could I add? Right. We want to listen. We want to establish clearly that we want to establish clearly to the audience and to America and to the whole world that what we're speaking is not our own thoughts, ideas, ideologies, or bad feelings. Everything that we say can be amply confirmed, cross-referenced with the Bible, with archaeological facts that we have. Now, in reference to,
I want to know what you're going to do to us.
Could you? What are we going to do to you?
See, hey, he paused them right there to interrupt them and to once again make them look bad. I want to know what you're going to do to us. Damn, Jerry, let him finish. We're done with this shit, y'all. We have moved on from this era. It's no longer needed. All they're going to do is demonize us any damn way.
I mean, I understand you're going to get a justification.
We ain't going to do nothing, but what the Most High, listen, the reason we say it like that, because we know we're the chosen, first of all, we're the chosen people of the Lord. And we're
Congratulations. Lots of luck.
We're going by the prophecy. Yeah. When you finish clowning, I'm going to get serious. Now, you ask what we're going to do.
Damn serious,
you ask what we're going to do to you, we're going to read what the Lord said in the Bible. This is Jeremiah, the 30th chapter, 16th verse. Read it, Shabbat.
It says, therefore, all they that devoured thee shall be devoured.
And your people have devoured us. We've been over here for over 400 years. And castration, murder, slavery, humiliation. So the Lord said the ones that have mistreated us shall be mistreated. And that's not only you. It's not only you so-called European, so-called Caucasian. It's all the nation. When you read this Bible, you read the history of us and all the nations, the dealings of all the nations that have injustice done with our people.
It says that all thine adversaries.
Go ahead.
The word adversary means enemy.
Go ahead.
Every one of them, not some of them, two-thirds of them,
brother.
Every one of them shall go into captivity, which means slavery.
Okay.
Right. So now, Jerry.
But before I go, I want to ask this. You said the priest said.
So you see, you know, he read it and was about to break it down and was cut off by Jerry. So you see what the deal is. Demonization. He doesn't want your message to sincerely go out. He doesn't give a fuck. You know, niggas fall for the same old trick every time when the white man show up. Oh, come here, little nigger. Come here. I got a cookie for you. Niggas go in there. Oh, a cookie. Boom, get your head blew off. The Maccabees, a handful of the Maccabee brothers fell for the shit. Niggas then fell for it throughout history. You niggas keep falling for the same fucking okie doke. White man show up, puts a cookie in front of you. You go in there, dip the cookie in the milk, and then your brains get blew out like a watermelon. Every time.
The priest,
I'm gonna fast forward a little bit.
Said this, blue-eyed photo of a devil, and they need to wake up, end quote. Please explain that.
Well, please explain it?
Yeah,
what the word,
because it sounds to me that's awfully mean-spirited. There's
That's
nothing Christian in that. I don't see that.
As the word nigger upsets you, according to your dictionary, it means low-degraded person. Now, when it comes to it and you check...
So what I actually want to get when the Triple K boys pop on stage, because they invite them on too. So then it just turns into a back and forth, you know, circus.
In a moment, we're going to be joined by members of the Ku Klux Klan. But first, take a look at a clip from a past show we did on the KKK.
A belief in the white race, furtherance of the white race. You can ridicule us, you can politically correct us to death, but we're not going away. 129 years, and we're going to be here 129 more. Klansmen, face the sacred cross. Thank you. Ready to pass. For God. For God. For race. For race. For nation. For nation. Klansmen, light the sacred cross.
All right, other than being insulting...
We're not being insulting, Jerry.
Measure the intellect of these guys.
What do you want, without insulting them, what do you want to say? They are making a point that you make the opposite way, which sounds to me just as ridiculous, frankly. You keep saying that...
We can validate basically what we say. They can't. Their arguments and what they say is based on dumb, useless rhetoric that everybody's been hearing ever since this country.
The name Adam
raped, robbed, and murdered by white
ruddiness in the face. Can you see any ruddiness in the...
And they're incorrect about that. Adama is from the earth, or of the ground. So, you see what this is going to be.
So what they say.
Ruddy, what does ruddy mean? This dummy don't even know what ruddy means.
No, what does the word mean?
What does ruddy mean? You dumb
Basically, they don't know how to read the Bible.
What is the definition?
They do not know how to interpret the Bible.
I would like him to give us a definition of ruddy. Show you how dumb these crackers are. Give us the definition of ruddy. Give us the definition of ruddy.
That's right.
Means the show redness, the blood in the face.
Okay. All right. Hey, we all got a short time on this earth.
Let's not clear up the lie he made. When it says David was ruddy, that means young and tender. David was a young man. This dumb, he don't know a damn thing. Solomon said in the book, The Wisdom of Solomon, 1 verse 5 and 6, I am black. And Solomon was the son of David, so how the hell David was going to be rich? Shut down, cracker. No, shut
down. Hey, you see that white boy? His ass was scared. But you see what's going on. We're not going to come to an agreement. You know, they're the enemy. We have the truth, whether they like it or not. They're just going to say things that are wrong, that are lies, and then we just got to keep on trying to justify ourselves. This is over. We're out of this era. Come out of this era. If this is funny to you, and this is which, you know, granted, right, I watched it, you know, a couple little snickers there, but really it's just the agitation, because I know that, you know, what we know is the truth, and to go on here and to put yourself in a situation where you're just being ridiculed to your face by straight up infidel non-believers, it's pointless. Imagine being let's say a boxer. You step in the ring, you're tied around with a rope, and niggas hop in there and just get to just swinging on. Would you put yourself in a situation like that? Hopefully not. So we're not going to put ourselves in situations like that anymore spiritually. We've grown out of this era. We're in the era now. We said, what's the scripture? Free what? We're not doing interviews with the enemy. All right. We don't walk around with our full garments on anymore. We stay incognito. It makes your life easier in this walk, and that's not wicked. Okay, the garment that the Lord is looking for is on your inside, dummy. 2 Thessalonians 3:1. Finally, brethren, pray for us that the word of the Lord may have free course and be glorified, even as it is with you, and that we may be delivered from unreasonable and wicked men, for all men have not faith. Right there. We have that free course now, and we're not going to strip ourselves of it by running up to some dummies like this and putting ourselves in a dumb situation with unreasonable and wicked men, both Israelites and heathen. And you see, these people in the crowd, they're laughing, hee-heeing and ha-haing. They don't care if shit gets real. Now, what if them K-boys went and did what they do best and got to hanging niggas? Right? Was anybody in the crowd going to be there to help? No. So being in places like that, it no longer suits us. This was cool and it was cute in the 90s, but it's not cool and cute no more. The world is ending. Esau will pull that blam out and fucking open you up.
In Italy and Poland, when those black people were here as slaves, how many ancestors of yours can you say were actually slaves?
We have to answer.
I think it was wrong. It was wrong. But yes, women were also beaten. When the women...
Man, so here come the super feminists. God damn, this man, nobody got time to deal with this shit. Bitch, we talking about... God damn it.
I'm sorry. When the women fought with the black man to get the right to vote, the black man got the right to vote before the woman. The woman did not get the right to vote till years and years later.
And now what she's actually doing is mixing up a couple of the events, because I've done videos on this. But you see right there, she's basically saying, you niggas shut up. The fem movement didn't start for liberation with women. She's actually halfway incorrect what she's saying. You had Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth Stanton, both demons. Elizabeth Stanton was a staunch racist. She was older. And both of them basically did say, yeah, hey, what's that, the 14th Amendment? Black men were about to get the right to vote first before even white women. That is why the fem movement started. They said, hey, you niggers aren't about to get the right to vote before we do. Fuck all that. Then what did Elizabeth Stanton say? She said to the black woman in general, because she helped turn black women on black men. All right, this is the 1800s going into the 1900s. She said to black women, if you let black men get their freedom first, they're going to be a worse oppressor to you than the white man was. So that's who she's quoting. So you can see the spirit she's coming in. She don't give a damn about our sufferings. She just wants us to shut up so she can, go back to a good life. She doesn't want to be called out for being a bigot. And this is all the bullshit you got to deal with when you subject yourself to an environment like this. So don't.
1 Corinthians 14:34. Let your the Bible. We can prove everything.
Now, at a certain point, the wives of some of the K-boys came out, and they was talking cash money shit. So, the verse comes out of women having to be quiet, and you can just imagine how the crowd reacted to that.
Tell me about this.
This is where we get our guidance, okay? This is our guidance. Go ahead, tell them where you're at, brother. Read.
Everything we go by is according to the Bible. We can prove everything we're saying.
Okay, tell me.
2 Corinthians 2, verse 11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not
No. What can I say?
1 Corinthians 14:34. Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak.
There's only one problem with your whole program, And that's the Bible doesn't apply to
the
you.
word of God.
Read on, you missed
That's the one.
And it says, and if they will learn anything,
What's your reaction? I
and
want to
if
hear
they
the
will
women.
learn anything,
Okay.
let them ask their husbands at home.
That's
For it is a
Bible.
shame for women to speak in the
Bible is
church.
written
Now
for
talk
the
against it
white
and condemn
man.
yourself.
Right.
Talk
Right.
against God's word.
That's crazy. That Bible's written for the white man and woman, you know. So you see what's going on here. You see what's going on here, y'all. You got the devil next to you. You got the devil in the stands. It's just a really silly situation that we shouldn't have to deal with. So we're not gonna, put ourselves in this type of situations no more. At least willingly, right? If you're rolling around in life and you find yourself kidnapped by some Edomites, come on, bitch. You know, you find yourself kidnapped by some Edomites, and you're being forced to break down scriptures, and that's one thing. But to be armored up and trying to do all this goofy shit, man, we're done with that. We're done with that shit. We're done with it. We're done with it.
And go on and condemn yourself.
Okay, you said it.
For
Now,
you.
I just want to hear. Hold on. I just want to hear from the women now, responding to what you have read from.
they're not gonna be
I would like to invite
I said you're not a woman.
every person in this room to go home and read your Bible, and you will understand that they are reading that out of context.
Thank you.
You have to read more than one or two verses
I read it verbatim. I read it verbatim with no deviations. I didn't omit one word. I didn't add a word.
It wasn't read out of context, but you see, we ain't finna get nowhere. And I actually want to fast forward to this guy, and that'll kind of be about it. I'm just highlighting. You can see this is elementary. We're past this era, and you should be glad, because like the apostles say, you know, a lot of us today wouldn't have made it through One West. As emotional as Jake is now, a lot of Jake would have been gone in their first week.
Black Israelites. He's here to confirm.
The so-called white man, according to the Bible. Get around it. Get around it.
Hey, coming up next, we're going to meet a man who says he was a victim of the Black Israelites. He's here to confront them next.
Your life.
This is Revelation 13.
This is mine.
He that lead him to captivity. One moment. He that lead him into captivity shall go into captivity.
Okay, thank you.
You didn't tell me this was going to be a pajama party. Come on.
Say he talking shit.
Take a look at yourself. Yo, where you get
Don't
off
get in my
intimidating
face.
people
Don't get in my face. You
in
stay over
public.
there and don't run up. You stay the hell over there.
Sit down.
Hey, Andrew.
Get that clown out of
Money, you ain't gonna do
Hey.
Leave that devil alone.
Andrew, they are right. You don't come out here and tell me your story, and then we'll hear it. But don't come out and just yell at them. Let me hear your story.
Yes, he does.
I was not yelling at them.
You did a good job.
Listen,
What,
for
this, a
years
third
in New
grade?
York, these guys stand in Times Square behind a barrier with police protection.
You're a lying punk. You're a lying
No way, man. I've seen you. I've seen you. Let me speak. Let me speak.
I'll give you a chance to answer. Let's hear his story, then you can answer.
That's enough.
You go to a movie in Times Square in New York with your girlfriend, and if she happens to be black, you guys scream at us.
It's a lie.
And
That's all right.
It is not.
That's our woman. We have
That's
that
your right.
That's
That's
our
your
right.
woman.
That's
She's
right.
not your woman.
He made the white
Your
woman for you.
woman
He
is
made the
telling
white
me that
woman
you
for
guys
you.
are
He made the white woman for you.
Agree on
Oh, yeah, we agree on that. And we agree that we ain't gonna let you hurt us. We agree we're not gonna let you hurt us, too. We agree. We agree on that, too.
Flat behind.
You know what's funny? You know, his chair, even though he doesn't agree with either side apparently, but his chair is closer to his own. Roll this window up, y'all, man. God damn, I'm trying to do this video in this parking lot. You see what's going on, y'all? It's all ends are against us. Things like this are never gonna work out to our benefit. So we out of there, man. We out of there. We're in a new era now. In this era, we focus on edification. That's because we're about to get up out of here, man. We're done. We ain't arguing. We ain't. Bitch, either you believe or you don't. You can eat a dick and die, or eat a dick and then go die. It don't matter to me. In any particular order. Either you believe or you don't. It's as simple as that. The scriptures tell us what? Right, 2 Timothy 2 and 23, it says, "But foolish and unlearned questions avoid, knowing that they do gender strifes. And the servant of the Lord must not strive, but be gentle unto all men, apt to teach, patient." Right, and I'm now in those two verses. This is another reason why we don't roll around doing debates, even people we don't like. Right, we don't roll up. Our apostles have given us orders not to be, rolling up and trying to argue with another camp. And there's brothers that have done that, and have been reproved. Now, if you're out and about, right, with your woman, you happen to be coming out to a restaurant, motherfuckers get to yelling at you. That's one thing. You can tell them bitch ass nigga, man, nigga, shut up. But to be rolling up on camps or to be looking to get on a podcast to debate your cause, that's not what we're out here for. We go out and preach. That's all we got to do. So this is the Israelite of old, y'all. We're no longer on this tip. We're not here for the drama. We're not here for the likes. We're not here for the attention. We push the word. We get the hell up out of there. Because destruction is coming. This shit is not a game. What we teach, people want to kill us for. Then if you run around trying to play Israelite, trying to be cute, and somebody knocks your noggin, all right, going out and preaching in the middle of a protest and a riot. If y'all remember from that was like back to at 2020, you had some young Jake preaching literally in the middle of a riot, and then them blammies get to going off, and them boys had to pick up camera and run. Young niggas, man. Young hothead dummy niggas. Yeah, we going hard for the Lord. No, you're stupid. You're being foolish.
Hey, Bonnie, with your big old head, you better sit down because you are not better than them, okay?
Go play.
Hey, she's stupid. Bonnie, with your big old head.
Go play.
I'm sorry, you both are really stupid.
Take your toys.
Just because he has a black girlfriend, you have to insult them? No, don't make me come up there, okay?
Oh, well, you see what type of spirit she takes after.
What did she say? I
don't know. She.
Jared, man. Can I say?
Springer Show in Chicago.
You're right.
Right there. Why you don't compliment her? Because we are superior to you physically, mentally, spiritually, intellectually, and in all aspects.
Color man.
She made a lot more sense than the entire show.
Color. Man means
And you may be a guest on our show.
You're getting spit all over us.
You remember her?
Can I read Deuteronomy 14?
As I was trying to say,
to sell you into slavery.
When you read in Genesis, the first chapter, say the Lord made man in his image.
So let me ask y'all this: do y'all honestly believe the mission was accomplished here? The objective of which these guys, some of them are dead, and some, most of them are bugged out and demons now. But do you think that this was a mission accomplished? This wasn't a mission accomplished. That's why we don't do this anymore. Nothing came of it but bickering and arguing. Hell, you got better edification going on in the comment boards, decades after the fact. But that's not what we're out here for. We go out and preach. We're not out here playing, goddamn hokey pokey, turn yourself around. We're not doing that no more, man. We simply go out and preach. That's all we're here for. Where's that at? Vainglory. Some preach Mashiach of contention. Let me get this. So, yeah, perfect. Philippians 2 and 3. Let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind, let each esteem other better than themselves. Right. So we're no longer in that era, y'all. We've come out of that. Simple life, simple men. We don't need big flashy cameras, $100,000 hotel events, riding in on horses with a white woman leading you. None of the games and the gimmicks, man. The games and the gimmick Israelites, if you're one of them, there's a high chance you're not going to make it, because most likely, more likely than not, you don't truly understand the depths of what you were in. So that's about it, y'all. Let me give all praises to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Rakak Wadash, to honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all the elect Akim wa Akwath. learning and teaching in truth and sincerity. Shalom.